Do you like that? She's looking at me like I might bite you. It's not bad. Might be the wrong size for her.
Maybe into it.
Itty-bit. There you go. Hey guys, this is Martin Wright from Argos Dog Training, and today we're shooting another muzzle video. Why do we need so many muzzle videos? Because we want our dogs to be really comfortable with the muzzle, and I want to show you other tricks and other tips that you could use throughout your dog's life as you're teaching your dog to be comfortable with the muzzle. Remember, all things are connected, so the way that we go about conditioning our dog to the muzzle is kind of similar to the way we would go about conditioning our dog to a grinder, which is similar to the way that we would go about conditioning our dog to a crate, which is similar to the way that we would go about conditioning our dog to the vacuum cleaner, and I could continue to do that forever with every object. So, muzzle conditioning, that's what it's about. You might hear Itty-bit tip-tapping around here because she's here. She's about to jump in and show us these muzzle things. But last time, we're talking about possibly customizing the muzzle, you know, so that way it'll fit Itty-bit better. And I went ahead and I did that. We will make a video about how I customized it. I already ordered another #1 muzzle for that video. But now, this is a #2 muzzle. You can see it's a different size, same makers, Baskerville. So the alterations that we made to Itty-bit's muzzle, Itty-bit's is a small one by the way, is that we cut out this centerpiece here. We cut that completely out so that way it give her more access to food. It'll be easier for her to get to the food. She still cannot bite. You know, you still have to stick your finger in for her to be able to bite you. Another thing is that we recognized in the last video that the muzzle was riding up into her eyes. It was a little high. So if you look here, you can see this one is completely straight like that. But this one, when it was hot, I was able to pinch it like that to bring it down and out of her eyes a little bit. So you can see that's a little deformed. Another thing is I wanted to bring the muzzle in closer to her. Once again, I had to pay attention to make sure she couldn't bite through the muzzle, even with it on. But I want to bring it in closer, so once again, it'll be easier for me to feed her. So I was able to, right here, I was able to push like this when it was hot, and that pushed in on the side right here. You can see on this one, yeah, right there, you can see how it's straight while this is a little bit buckled. The material is still strong, you know, it's not a big deal. Another thing is that I want to make it more narrow because Itty-bit's nose and mouth is kind of narrow. So you can see this is the original one. And you can see at the bottom, it's wide at the base. This one is narrow at the base as well. So I was able to you know, smush it in a bit when it was hot. And then finally, I wanted to, once I had it all together, I wanted to give Itty-bit a little bit more comfort. So I had this foam around, so I just super glued that right on there to give her a little bit more comfort. You can see that this #2 has a third strap. My #1 here does not have a third strap. If I wanted to, I could get in there with an X-Acto knife, cut out the little extra and put a third strap on it. But Itty-bit really doesn't need it. Itty-bit also doesn't need the under strap either. But if I had a dog that needed that, I'd utilize that definitely. All right. So that's how that goes. That's the altered muzzle. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to get Itty-bit in this muzzle and have her doing some things with it. Itty-bit, you ready, sweetie? I don't know if Itty-bit's ready, but here we go. Itty-bit, up. Itty, let's go, up. Let's go, let's go. She knows how to jump on with, hey, let's go, up. Yes, good girl. Excellent, good job. That's not what I envisioned. I envisioned you coming from this side and coming up. Yeah, let's see if we could do this again. Let's go up here. Let's go. You're very clumsy. All right, so I was telling you all things are connected, right? And one thing is like another thing. One thing I want to do is I want to make it difficult for my dog to get herself in this muzzle, you know, because it's a conditioning thing. This is the kind of games I play with my dog every time that I put the muzzle on. But I have 3 treats in there. And now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to move fast and make her work. Make her work. That's going to build up her desire, you know, to get in the muzzle. So I'm making it not easy for her. There's food in there. She has to hustle. She has to try hard. So this leads back to a little bit of crate training. And for that, I will need my crate. Right? So one of the things I want to do is I want the dog to go in the crate, right? And when I want the dog to go in the crate, I want her to be able to work to get in the crate, try hard to get in there, right? So I dropped some treats in here and we'll see what she does. Frank might need to fast forward this a little bit. There you go. I had to give her a little bit of a cue, but that is the kind of thing I want my dog doing when I'm crate training her, and it connects to the muzzle. I want them to show the same commitment to going in the crate as to getting into the muzzle. Anyway, enough of that side story. Excellent. I'm gonna go back here, grab my muzzle again, and we're gonna strap it on and see how it fits her now, right? So I grab a couple of treats. She knows the deal. She's ready to work. This is all her getting ready. She's like, I want to hustle. I want to get in there. I'm setting up my, I always do this every time because I want it to be real smooth for the dog. So I'm dealing with my buckle here, which can be kind of tricky when you do it with one hand. All right, so I want that to be nice and open so her little head could fit in there. And go. Here, there's her head. That goes in. She got all those treats. Excellent, they're all gone. Right down to the last buckle. She's being nice and patient, and that goes in there. Slide it through. Oh, perfect fit, kinda. So here she is. This is what it looks like in the front here. For whatever reason right now, I think I might be on the wrong one. All right, there we go. Excellent. Good job, pup. Yeah, so there it is. If you see here, you can see her eyes are clear. She's still willing to work to get to her food. Excellent. So, eating and drinking out of the muzzle. Drinking out of the muzzle, she doesn't really drink that much out of it, but she does like eating out of the muzzle. This is what I do. This is what I did in order to teach her a lot. I had my hands in this position, and then she'll come over and she'll figure out how to get her food out of that. And that's the start. From there, I went to her food bowl. I went to a small bowl. Bling! And here's my food bowl. So what I'm gonna do is take some of this food. It goes in the bowl. Sitting pretty. And then I'm going to drop that down. And you can see she's eating. That goes towards the ground. Now she's eating on the ground. Yeah, there's a chance she could start to tip the bowl over and things like that. That's a part of the gig. She's gonna definitely drop food out, and yes, this is a lot harder. Most of the time, I would not have my dog eating out of the muzzle. Even if my nieces and nephews come over, I'd just separate my dog when I was feeding her. So this is not like a big and important skill for a dog to get, but it does help them to condition and to love the muzzle and to realize that once the muzzle's on, they still have some functions of their mouth, right? They just don't have that function of being able to bite. Okay, guys, in closing, one thing that we talked about in the beginning was how to alter the muzzle. Definitely stay tuned for the next video that we'll be talking about how to alter a muzzle. It's not going to be the very next video, but it's going to be one in the line of our muzzle conditioning videos. Another thing is that we're going to shoot one more video, and that's going to be about things that the pup can do while wearing the muzzle. Things like spinning. Oh, there you go. We're still working on that. Things like maybe sitting pretty. We could talk about that. Maybe even we could do things like handstands in the muzzle, all to condition our puppy to be able to wear it easily. If you like what you see here, definitely subscribe to our channel and give us a thumbs up. If you'd like to learn more about Argos dog training, you can find out more in the description with links to all of our social media outlets. Until the next time, enjoy your day and enjoy your dog.